is a vegetable from northern Uganda. I think in West Africa they call it sawa sawa. In the UK it's difficult to get the fresh one, so that's why we've got the dry one here. We've got half a tin of chopped tomatoes. We've got a tablespoon of salt and 340 grams of peanut butter. It's a lot of Malakwang, so the amount of water doesn't matter too much because Malakwang is very sour and we are going to have to drain it anyway. So I'll show you the process. Don't worry too much about the amount of water. Of course you can, go to overflow, but put enough water to boil it. I'm going to add in my boiling water. This is a lot of Malakwang, by the way, because I have a big family and the children love Malakwang. It's the one Ugandan food that they love to eat. Just mix it up. I'm going to also add more hot water. That's a good amount of water there. And we're going to leave it to cook for, Malakwang also doesn't take that long. If they harvested like the very, very fresh ones, it shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to cook. So I'm going to leave it to cook for 10 minutes, then check it to make sure that it is soft. If not, then I'll leave for another 5 minutes. So maximum 15 minutes should be enough. We're going to eat our Malakwang with sweet potatoes. So I'm just going to show you how to peel sweet potatoes. I'm sure most of you probably already know, but I'll just show you. You can always get the sweet potatoes from the Asian shop. Now try to always, get the ones that are really fresh. And also some African shop, they also sell sweet potatoes. Make sure that when you buy sweet potato, this one it was not extremely fresh, but look, the skin should look nice and smooth and still, not shriveled. So when you cut, the inside will look white and nice. And also, you must have cold water in the saucepan ready, because with sweet potatoes, when you leave it out, after peeling it, it's going to go dark. So it's good for you to just put it straight in the water to keep it looking fresh. Malakwang is always best eaten with sweet potatoes. But you can, maybe you can also see how we make maize meal bread. You can also use maize meal bread for eating it, or millet bread. We will show you how to make millet bread. Okay guys, I've finished cutting my sweet potatoes. But I wanted to mention to you, like after peeling potato, because the weather is now hot, when the skin starts drying up, it affects also the inside flesh. So when you peel, you can always do that. Scrape that black bit off, like that. Yeah? But don't worry too much about it, because you may not be able to remove everything, but it doesn't matter. It's safe to eat. It's okay. Go one by one and just remove the black bits. This one here, it was quite dehydrated. That's why even if I scrape, it's not going to remove. It's not like it's something bad. It's just that the potato was beginning to dry up. Yeah, I couldn't find a very, very, very fresh one, but it's still quite good to eat. Wash the potato well. Okay, I'm just going to add now hot water, because I've already washed the potato. It's clean. I've rinsed off, the dirty bit. So I'm adding hot water. Now when you add hot water, you can add like about halfway. Don't fill up. Don't cover the potato completely. If you use too much water with sweet potato, you are going to lose the sweetness. That's the thing. So you need to understand that. Let it cover it just halfway, and that will cook the potato. It's better to add later, little bit, if it is still hot, than to cover the whole, potato with water. Yeah, we are going to leave it to boil for 20 to 25 minutes maximum. It will be ready. Now guys, the malakwang has cooked. You know, this is how you taste it. Let me show you. This is how you know. When you press like that, it squashes. Can you see? That's how you know it's cooked. So now I'm going to just drain all of the juice from here, because malakwang is too sour. I want to add a bit of tomatoes in it, so I've got to get rid of the original water that was used for boiling it. I have to drain it off completely like that. I've drained out the water that was in there. Now I'm going to add my tomatoes and cook it for maximum 8 minutes until the tomato is cooked. You bring it to the boil and then we'll be ready to add our peanut butter. Now you add fresh water, hot water, and let it boil. And now at this point, you can now add your salt as well. Yeah, I just leave it to boil for at least 8 minutes. So guys, our malakwang is done. We are going to add our peanut butter back. In case it might get too watery, I'm going to drain off a bit of the juice. I might add it back on because it looks a bit watery. Actually, I need to turn the fire on. When you add the peanut butter, you need to be heated properly. If you want to enjoy malakwang, you have to add a lot of peanut butter, because if you don't, then you won't enjoy it. It's like a once in a while kind of meal, so why not? It's a treat. I cooked a lot as well, that's why I'm using a lot of peanut butter. I haven't put all of my peanut butter, I just want to mix this and see how it goes. I always like adding tomatoes because at least, you know, there's something fresh in there. Since the malakwang is like dry, I like adding a bit of tomatoes there. You can also use fresh tomatoes. I use the tin one because I didn't have the fresh one, but any tomato can do. Add the rest there. Just mix it gently. You can always tell when the malakwang is looking kind of whitish like this, then you know the peanut butter is enough. Peanut butter should cover the veg nicely. It's going to give it a taste. And you know what? Don't be too worried about the amount of peanut butter, because if many people are going to eat it, it is not going to go into one person's stomach, is it? You know, sweet and sour normally goes together, isn't it? So the reason why sweet potato goes so well with malakwang is because of the sweetness. So malakwang is sour and sweet potato is sweet. They go very well together. So we are done. Some people like their malakwang very thick. I don't like it too thick. As you can see, it is done. This malakwang is done. We used to have a president called Mr. Milton, Dr. Milton Obote, who loved to eat malakwang so much. And whenever he went for any meeting, maybe some kind of African kind of meeting, as long as the malakwang was not served, the president would not start eating. So everybody had to wait. This is what I heard people say anyway. So malakwang is a very special meal. And also, another thing about malakwang, it was the first food that I actually started cooking when I was a little girl. And the first time that I cooked it, it came out perfect. That's why ever since, my malakwang always come out good. No matter what, I always cook it well. And I'm proud of that. So thanks be to my mom and my elder sisters who taught me how to. So yeah, it's done. Now the proof of the pudding is in the what? Tasting. So this is the sweet potatoes. Sweet potato is done. So now you can eat it with sweet potatoes. You can have it with maize meal, or you can have it with millet bread. But the best is sweet potatoes, which is what we are going to have today. You've got here fresh fish, black pepper, salt, red paprika, hot paprika, tomatoes, 2 onions, 3 garlic, 2 bell peppers, and 3 carrots. So the first thing we are going to do is gut and wash the fish. So we are finished now washing and cutting the fish, and we're going to get started. So we start off by chopping the veg. Let's going to cut the onions. Hi guys, I forgot to mention that we need cooking oil. 2 tablespoonfuls. So I'm just going to put the oil now in my saucepan so that I can fry the onions. I'm just going to add the onions in the saucepan. So while the onion is frying, I'll just quickly chop up my other remaining vegetables. I think you must have seen that I didn't wash back. I actually washed this carrot before even I started peeling, but I'm going to wash again after cutting like this, just to make sure that it is very clean before I add it into my saucepan. Okay, I've added the garlic, so I'm going to add some curry powder as well, a teaspoon. Tomatoes. If you want to add the curry powder, you can't leave it for long, because when curry powder burns, it becomes so bitter and you won't enjoy your food. I'm just going to add the rest like this, like that. Mix it. And leave it to cook until the sauce gets thick. About 10 minutes should be enough. I'm going to cover it and leave it to cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, our sauce has cooked. Now it's ready. I don't know whether you can see. It's a bit steamy. Yeah. I'm just going to add the fish now. Just make sure that it's covered with the sauce. Just scoop some sauce on top. Then we will leave it to cook for at least 10, because fish doesn't really take long to cook. We leave it to cook for 10 minutes in the tomato sauce. Then we will add the veg and it will cook for another 10 minutes, and then it should be done. Okay, let's check our fish now. Yeah, it's ready for the veg to go in. So I'm just going to add it, all of that. Try not to mix it too vigorously, otherwise your fish can fall apart. Now we are going to leave this veg also to cook for another 10 minutes, and that should be enough. So you can see, this is the final stage of our fish. It's nicely cooked. You can see the bone is falling off. Yeah, so this is done. This is the fish. It's done now. So what we are going to use is, we are going to have it with rice, and for those who like sweet potatoes, they can also have with sweet potatoes. And also you can also have with a bit of plantain, boiled plantain, and you can actually put a bit of Malakwang. It's looking delicious. I can't wait to eat it. We are going to show you how to boil plantain. So I'm going to quickly wash the plantain before I cut them. Wash them thoroughly with cold water. Don't worry about the color. We are going to boil it with the skin. You're not peeling it off. It's better so that it can lock up the flavor in there. And it's a healthier way of eating plantain, because I know most people do fry them, but I prefer to boil, because you avoid eating extra fat. So I'm just quickly going to cut it now. And just cut into 4 pieces. I'm cooking a lot because of the number of the family. If you're living on your own, you can just have one plantain. So it depends. You just cook the amount you want. I'm going to add hot water. There. Don't add full, don't cover the plantain. Again, like we did with potatoes, just halfway is good. Our plantain is done now. I'm just going to drain off the water and then we can serve. So this is our plantain that is done. So all you need to do is remove the skin and serve. So the feast is complete. What we have here is malakwang, and we have stewed fish, and we have got rice, plain boiled rice. We've got sweet potatoes there, and we have got boiled plantain. We hope you enjoy watching this and also try it out at home. It's a really delicious combination.